financial gain involved, especially if these lessons involve contracts. Welcome back to the channel, guys. To all of the newcomers and returners, definitely appreciate your continued support. Be sure to check out the description box for all of my information, contact information, and email. A link to my Etsy store if you're interested in booking a reading, or my products and services, as well as our membership platform. It is there. Okay? The community board is very essential, as that is the first place that I post any updates, alerts, or events that I'm hosting. Okay? As we dab into your reading, keep in mind that tarot is entertainment. If it does not resonate with you, don't make it. Cross watchers are welcome. My readings are timeless. I do set the intent on the immediate future, so whenever it crosses your path, it's cool. Relax, everyone. Take a deep breath and just chill. All right, as we go ahead and get started, I like to do the pick a card at the end of the reading. It is my treat to you for a more personalized experience, okay? As we look at these cards, I hope you guys got excited as I did. It's a lot deeper than what is put on the surface, okay? On the surface, we see feminine and masculine energy. We see unions. We see cycles. We see completion. I even feel like this connection. Do you see how we have the fertility here of the Empress internally? And then the strength, or whatever these chakra colors represent on the outside, but completion. Okay, the 21, if any of these numbers are significant for you. And then we have 4, and of course 3. So I think about order and authority. And then I also think about expectations or abundance, right? Here we have solar power, and here we have the moon. So again, just the duality is the focus, okay? Whether it's feminine, masculine, day or night, we have this integration of duality. And I love it because on this planet, in this world, or within your body, or this union, there's a balance. So we may be talking about balance here, and I like that. If it's about your finances, this is pretty good. If it's about your health, it's good. And if it's about relationships, it is magnificent. So we'll go ahead and get started with the reading. So I didn't take these cards out. I shuffled them. These two came out together. This one came out individually. So perfect for my 3-card spread. Again, the Emperor talks about the external stability. It talks about masculinity, divine masculine, or order and authority. So I also thought about the structure of society, where the earth, the center, the core of life, where all of the trees and all of us and everything kind of derives from, you know, the life force. And then the Emperor for me was more so about society, our government, institutions, or whatnot, right? So this is leading with the current situation. Now, a lot of us, not to be a feminist, have been discussing this change in the dimensions, where there's this externalized how things may look, and this internalized how things actually are, or your discernment and the life that you live, which is like the 3D or the 5D kind of like environment, where some people may be going through some things, and you on the very same planet may not experience those things, okay? In the center of the reading, I feel like the mother, okay? If not the mother, the feminine. And if not the feminine, the earth. Okay, the earth itself, because there's 2 aspects of this planet as well. The, like I said, the natural kind of force of it, and then the shit we make up, right? And so her being in, or it being in the center of the reading is, if not the challenge, could tell me something about the past, all right? Now, I always ask in the 3rd card for a solution, for an outcome, or some type of meaning that ties this all together, and we have the world. So I don't think it gets more clear than that. Completion within yourself, completion within aspects of a relationship, a business, or society, okay? And we'll go ahead and get started with the reading. I absolutely love that, though. I truly did And I didn't just want to commit it to relationships, even though that came up strongly, but it was beautiful. Traditionally, because Source told me to go with my interpretation, but traditionally, the Empress and the Emperor in a reading together talks about worldly success. So some of you, even though I haven't met you, and maybe many others haven't met you yet, you may have a very bright future ahead of you. And it has happened. I think it's Eckhart Tolle or somebody, that makes those self-help books or whatnot. He talked about they really didn't come into their greatness until late 30s and 40s. He mentioned like staying with his mother and not really knowing what to do with himself. And then now it's like a world-renowned author and maybe metaphysicalist, if that's a word. So I feel like there's a very bright future ahead for some of you. Relationships, or like I said, I feel like health improvement should not be left out of the reading. Now Capricorn been showing up and showing out, and I'm like, should I take them? They did just kind of fly out. I'll take them as a message for somebody, and then I'll reshuffle to get started with the spread. I have separation, so I kind of like that, where we talk about release. Here's the underworld. Here's something unexpected. Could be a lot of money. Could also be a Capricorn in your life. Now, on the lower aspect, since we are talking about abundance, the world, and life, it could go either way, just depending on where you are. The moon has taken her place in the center of this reading, as did the Empress. And the King of Pentacles is taking the position of the world, which talks about this level of completion. And I feel like this is you. This is you. This is your project. This is your future. This is your relationship. Some level of mastery. Okay? And then over here where we had the Emperor, this definitely signifies a change where the masculine force is no longer in authority. And not to take away from men that are watching this video, it talks about the energy, right? The testosterone of what success is, what ambition is, what hard work is, like all of those things. We have even, what is that word I'm looking for? When we look for validation and stuff, awards and stuff. It's all about what's on the outside in the masculine energy, what you wear and, putting fear into others for respect. Whereas the Empress just kind of gets it. She kind of gets that respect because she has, and not a softer approach, but it isn't as hostile. So whatever the case may be, that's what I got. That was for somebody. Bottom of the deck, I see the Knight of Swords. Swiftness, bravery, okay? It's inside, not outside. As we go ahead and get started, the current situation. I'm going to pull off the top if they don't fly out. And so it's just like, no, you're not. You'll get it. There we go. So here we have the World and the Knight of Pentacles. All right. Starting the reading with the Knight of Pentacles talks about commitment, perseverance. It also talks about the core of a matter, the center of the earth, the spirit of the earth. And with the World card again coming out, talking about a level of completion. Some of you may be world travelers. Okay, and then I also see world peace. I see the cup at the top of this spectrum. I see the pentacle at the bottom of the spectrum. So what I appreciate is a lot of you guys are using your gifts, your intuition, your emotions, the subconscious, and not the lessons that you learned, not the seeds that were implanted in you. And I definitely appreciate that for all of my magicians out there. I am noticing the cup, the sword, the wand, the pentacle, and then I like this reef. I also like it as a portal for all of my sci-fi watchers out there. And then here we have Earth. I feel like the magician is going to come up in this conversation. Not sure if that is the Emperor, which may be Big Brother in this situation, or you, my dear. But the Knight of Pentacles being the current situation and what's crossing, for better or for worse, is the World. I'm thinking unfair conditions, but the fact that the World was in reverse, I do feel a change there. And we'll go ahead and get started. with the lesson, what's most important? What are we to take out of this reading that's directing us? I have the Three of Pentacles, wholeness, the return. Okay, I like that. Saturn's return. Maybe some of you are going through Saturn's return, and that's crazy. As we talk about age and stuff like that, some of you may be in those late 20s, mid 20s, early 30s. Wherever Saturn is reflected in your chart, take a look at that. We've been talking about change a lot. And here are the Two Pentacles, which in the past could have talked about an inability to see, but now you do. There's something that you do see or you will see, and I absolutely love that. But for the most part, it's like an invention, wholeness, comfort, something about comfort. I like that too. Now, in the past, something about this lesson, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, so for those of you where this is about a union, that's cool. Others of you, this could be about small businesses or release and groundedness, because the Knight of Pentacles moves very slow. It could also talk about the time. So you know how we have the speeding up time and the set your clock back time could have something to do with this. But the Three of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, I definitely feel an invention. And if not an invention, like I said, a small business, if not a small business, this is a very comforting energy, or you needing comfort or being of comfort. Because the Queen of Pentacles has this groundedness about herself, much like the Empress. But it was self-earned. It's like something that you've had to do for yourself. It's not something that somebody else could have done for you. Or family may be important. We could be talking about family commitments and the collective. Okay? Now, your strength, or what's crowning you, we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, shit. Whoa, wow. Okay. Oh. Okay, this is very interesting. This is a first. If you if you are new to my channel, in the past we had the Queen of Pentacles. Could have been an obligation of some sort, a commitment to a family matter. Okay, something may have been incomplete, a commitment not being held up. All right, wow. And for the life of me, these cards have been shuffled and shuffled, and I have never experienced this in the course of this channel, to have all of the queens come out. I'm missing the Queen of Cups, so let me take that back. But look at this. What's crowning you? We have, oh, I kind of like that. This is kind of like the Maiden Mother Crone energy. The Maiden, oh, okay, I get it. So this is like the Maiden Mother Crone here. And look at this. Oh, that's too big for me. That's way too big for even me. We have the Emperor and the Empress coming back out, which could talk about a completion of a commitment, a spiritual marriage, a spiritual union, or maybe this is just you. Okay? Wow. A lot of people behind you. I feel like when I talked about the collective or a family unit, definitely appreciate that, but I just want one card. That was dope. That was fun to experience. You have the Empress. So this is the strength. This is what's crowning. The feminine energy. Could also talk about wisdom, creativity, and fertility. So I got to see all of the aspects of the Empress that are crowning you, or your strength. So we saw the Queen of Wands, which talks about attraction. Also moon energy. I call it the grandmother, honey. Okay? But very confident. So we could be talking about the law of attraction. We could be talking about getting over, body shaming, and just feeling more confident. And then the Queen of Swords is definitely highly intellectual and receptive to feedback, to information, to whatever the case, and then sets those healthy boundaries. But it's the intelligence. So the attraction, the intelligence. And then here we have the Queen of Pentacles with this release. And so if this is your cycle, your anatomy that makes you this supreme, okay, it's like your mind over matter and your ability to focus and kind of release things in your surroundings that aren't for you, right? To be very focused on your life, your family, your career, your finances. And look at that. Here they are. For others of you, it's kind of like this obligation is like you or someone in your environment, because we are definitely talking about, if not a family matter, okay? Because my Mariel Tarot, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Sun, the Moon, and the Star. And so the star hasn't come out, but I guess the stars are all over the board. So that could talk about the alignment of some sort, either in your birth or in the collective, okay? Consciousness. And it's like this integration and everyone coming together. If not, okay, Source, geez, celestial beings. I can't even talk. It's Source that I'm gonna run it. That's cool. Celestial beings, this coming together, this wholeness, this unit. Here is the Three of Wands, which talks about the future. And I was like, the Three of Wands is like looking forward to the future and focused on the future of your life, the future of this cycle, the future of something you've been working on, okay? Because the Three of Wands is that looking out. Some of you are like, where are my ships? The Knight of Pentacles says that it's taken some time. Details were involved, commitment, okay, obligation of some sort. But crossing the world, it just talks about a level of completion that you've had to wait for. Waiting, and I think the waiting has something to do with your moon sign, honey. And if not your moon sign, it definitely talks about a grandmother of some sort. Now, the Knight of Cups with the Seven of Cups, with the, this is like 8 cups for me. I feel like some of your energies, you're going to be moving forward and doing things that matter to you on a heart level. So some of you, where it comes to your finances, you have to do something that you love, okay? Not what you were taught to do or told to do. Definitely have to do something you love. Oh, this is why everything is coming out. So just imagine if we were in a world of people that had broken hearts or, confusion. And then that being lifted because of all of this love and support that we have in and out of the earth that's creating whatever this is being created. And it's like, I'm out of this fog, right? And I know now what I want. You could think that. People in your environment are thinking that. Or the people coming into this collective are thinking that. This is someone saying, you know what? I don't want to be with this person. I love them. Or you know what? I don't actually like this job. I want to do this. And that is how this abundance and this love and this good time and all that the Empress is sharing with us comes about. Absolutely love that. Now the challenge, if any, okay, or the conflict, we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups talks about, I think for me, it talks about fantasy. Now, if it's not fantasy, it talks about kind of like this target, okay? And the target could be a mission. The target could be something that was on your back that caused all of the opposite of what we talked about. And it also talked about staying busy, okay? Those of you that want to travel more or that will be traveling more, it's like staying busy. And for you to stay busy or something about your business, you may have to do something that you're able to carry with you, right? And so I love Dolores. I forgot her last name, but she does quantum healing. And every episode that I watch of hers on YouTube, almost, she is in another part of the world. She's like, oh yeah, when we did this session in England, and oh yeah, we did this session in Africa and in Arkansas or in Colorado or all of these places. It just talks about being busy, okay? Now in the center of the reading, here is doing the work. See what I'm saying? Being like someone has worked diligently towards something. Okay, you get this idea, or some of you may have recently gotten this bright idea, right? And there could be some pressure behind it because you have to come out of your comfort zone. And the Ten of Wands just also talks about the pressure. Now I'm looking at all of this wood and all of this heat. It's kind of like for some of you environmentally, there are a lot of places around us that are having issues, kind of like Florida having, you know, the same hurricane season, and California having the wildfires. These things have always existed since the beginning of time, but there's something different going on now. Either they're a little bit more extreme or they're a little less complex, depending on where you are and how you see it and what you take of it. But in the environment, the 10 of Wands, packing up and moving on, says that a lot of people are going to be shifting and doing things. And this even talks about business, and if not business, relationships, okay? Somebody has to do a lot of work, or had to do a lot of work, though, I feel. Now, in your hopes and fears, we have adjustments. We have balance. We have temperance. And see, more balance. These are empty, right? So I also think about the Knight of Pentacles here, because everything is going to tie to this card where it talks about morality and integrity. And so I'm getting the King of Cups. So that's why I said some of you in your natal charts, you may see that it said you have to do something that clears the subconscious, releases you from all the lower vibrational things like guilt and anger, animosity, jealousy, whatever. You have to do something that you want to do, regardless of how the I don't want to say prosthetics, how the things are set up around you. Okay, so if you have a channel, this is like, it may fluctuate and you have to be delivering things. This has to be something you want to do, because the society could change, the algorithm could change, and it's like, do you really want to do this? Music could change, that call center, that fast food chain, whatever you guys do, I don't know, the school you teach at, it could change. And it's like, you have to have this groundedness in and out of your comfort zone to persevere. And for some of you, it's like something is going to change altogether. And we have this new beginning. So the outcome, this new world, look at that. And see, I knew the Magician was coming. We have the Magician, and see, okay, this is just my own personal intuitive thing, and Source said that I could do it. The Magician for me is kind of like someone making up shit or creating this false illusion here, this illusion over the world. And so how people see things and how people don't see things depend on your connection to Source. Now, the Fool comes out to me as Source, because I take the Sun as the solar power, you know, and the 2 Wands talk about the spiritual path, okay? And the 3 Swords, or 4 Swords, I'm sorry, I feel for a lot of you talks about logic, but the 4 of Swords also talks about rest and recovery. So this through meditation, okay, your heart center. And when I think about the overactivity of the root chakra, it really causes for this comfort. There's comfort that is needed. There's groundingness that is needed for whatever's going on the outside, right? But inside, it's like Source is like, I'm here to help. I can help you. And not even on the world, because now I'm talking about the planet like we the damn Planeteers. But it's like inside of you, okay? Inside of you, there's this promise, or there are these gifts and understanding to improve your business, your health, your relationships. But it's like you have to have this connection, okay? For others of you, it's kind of like practicality, because the Magician is the one, like the number 1, see? And the Fool is 0. So this completion, the 1 and the 0 is like a 10. Now, if I look at it like this, right? Eternity, okay? Consciousness. I like it. And in your relationships, it definitely talks about a new beginning. Letting go of the baggage. Raising your expectations. I love it for whatever it means, because there's so many of you, okay? Now, I also feel that there may be some changes for small businesses, health-based businesses, and essential workers, okay? And then something about comfort, something about packing up and moving on. So I know definitely some of you are being asked to move out of your comfort zone for sure. And then we are now in the age of Aquarius, coming out of the age of Pisces. So that could be something significant to the time. Okay, not sure. But let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. That felt so good. I had to pull myself back up. So this is coming out of confusion, headed to the Nine of Cups, which is either wish fulfillment, something you'll be very content with, your own happiness, a surprise. Here we have the Ten of Wands. And so now we have the Ten of Wands twice, where it talks about the world. Okay? And the world under pressure kind of gives me a vibration. And if not vibration, frequency. Or like I said, some of you, this is like world travel. And now you got 3 tens, where we talked about the 10-10-10 rule. So it was like, how does something affect you 10 minutes from now, 10 months from now, 10 years from now? Or to get out of confusion, these situations that kind of have been dragging on too long, think about how it affected you 10 minutes ago, 10 months ago, or 10 years ago. And I feel like that's going to help you pop out of an illusion, okay? Because I'm looking at that here. But the Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles, I love. Because this is that comfort. This is that wholeness. This is the collective. This is that level of completion. So it definitely talks about abundance or some big money. Okay? For some of you, it's like you may have had a mission or a calling for a source or from spirit to do a certain thing. And as you walk your path and things are being delivered to you, nothing you really had to work for, honestly. You find success in that. Others of you, where fear and going back and forth with the idea and the anxiety, you could miss an opportunity. For others of you, it talks about something being released. So we've talked about on a planetary level, on a collective level, all of the fear and shit that's been put out into the media, because I didn't even know. Y'all know I'm in Beverly Hills. I had no idea that it was so much crazy shit until I looked at what was trending on Twitter to see that allegedly California is burning in hell, right? And I am totally here. And when I look outside, I'm looking at my neighbors, and I have a toddler sitting right here cool playing his game. I had no idea. And somebody jokingly talked about the president and was like, if we use his way of looking at it, if you just don't think about the heat, it'll be okay. And I know that they were being funny, giving the drink some bleach or some shit for the corona, he said. But honestly, I had to Google to see what the temperature was. And I didn't realize that it was actually 100 degrees today. And that is unheard of for California, but I'm from Texas. So anywho, there's a lot that appears to be going on. Not that it is. And so for you to separate yourself from all of those things, it says that anxiety, and for some of you, because it's like, how do we take pressure? Some of us just get anxiety, don't know what to do, don't make a decision, rattling our brains. Others of us, it's kind of like just this crying, like, ain't nothing I can do about it, it's okay. So it's like hysteria on one end and failure on the other. And there's a need for you to release those things in the earth, because Gaia is saying, yo, I'll take it. And then your celestial beings are saying, yo, we'll transmute it. But you either have to get outside, and if that ain't safe for you, thankfully, your body is your earth, okay? Or your universe or whatever. And your meditation or your stillness and going within in your core, there is a connection to source where you can ask for whatever help it is that you need outside of this chaos. So now with the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, that was just like a real deep connection I made with someone out there that may need to release some of those feelings and emotions. Others of you, where this is a business or a lifestyle, honey, you got the Strength card. And I love the Strength card in this deck because I feel like, look at that romance with this rose. And it also talks about humility. So even though it's the duality again of the strength and the sun, but we also have grace, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is very graceful because she's not overly anything. And I like that. The Six of Wands is recognition, awareness, raising your awareness, and reward. I like that. Here we have the King of Pentacles, her little partner here. And look at this, coming together again. Wholeness. So for some of you, this is definitely a relationship. I don't want to even have to say spiritual union because all y'all ain't that deep. But it is. Somebody's definitely like getting out of a fog and gonna recognize some stuff. Now the Empress, we have the Mother of Swords, receptivity. So what's crowning you is that now a lot of you guys have changed your thought process, which will change your outcome, because the cards at the beginning of the reading talked about the inner and the outer. So the mirror, right? The moon, this reflection, your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. So I like the Mother of Swords here and how she affects or, enhances the meaning of the Empress for her, for us. And I think about, like I said, receptivity. And with the Empress, it's like she receives, okay? So you're receiving messages, you're receiving this reward, you're receiving whatever the case may be, okay? Or also setting healthy boundaries. Something may have been manifested for you and you have stayed focused. And so it's like coming from somewhere to somewhere, honey, with no interference. Maybe this relationship is going to come together with no interference, okay? And then, like I said, for those of you coming out of situations, this for me is a person in the past. And this for me is who I am today, or the person I want today. So dope, right? For the Magician, that's my buddy. I think the card just fell back up. It's like, nope, I'm going to let you feel me. Look at that. The Father of Swords. So for some of you, this could be a past life connection. For others of you, this is like high intelligence, super intelligence. And like I said, this awareness, this is like a very strong awareness where before you had an idea, but now it's like amplified, okay? Others of you, definitely some flip-flopping in partnership, okay? And who you used to be with and who you used to be, or the celestial beings that I said are protecting you and helping you through meditation and, living your actual purpose. I like it. And notice the energies, because the Magician, none of these have genitals, right? But just for fuck's sakes, on this platform, you got the Empress, which is the feminine energy, and the Mother of Swords, which talks about, I feel, wisdom. So we talk about the crone, right? And so this is still giving me the Mother Maiden Crone kind of energy, okay? Where it's like this connection at a conscious level, because I compared those cups or the triquetra to the third eye and telepathy. So you could be telepathically communicating with celestial beings, and I ain't trying to be extreme. Your soulmate, because I've heard, people having relationships and doing things spiritually on another realm. Have I ever experienced it? No. Am I going to say it doesn't exist? No. Right? But it's like you meet someone in another realm, and then like magnets, you draw to each other in this realm, and I absolutely love it. Okay? The Justice card, the Truth. Shouts at you, Fry. And look at that. We got 3 swords. And see where I talked about this integration. Here's the dark sword. So the dark truth, the truth about something. I don't care if this is what's going to get you an advancement on your job. It's like if you're a journalist or whatever it is that you do, you blog or I don't know, whatever. You could be into building apps or something. I don't know what y'all doing. But it's like the dark truth. And then here we have the Tower. So it's just like whatever comes in, and then it gives you this. And now where this serpent or this health or this abundance or these lessons, for some of you, it's like if you were a student, you get it better than other people get it. So this is like the top of your class. That's the best way I can put it, because it's so much, and I just want to be general. But this is definitely excelling at the top of your class for me, or raising your awareness. So we're again talking about mental strength, coming out of darkness, this transformation where things may be shitty down here, but I'm going to be up here, because you know, okay? Now for the 10 of Wands, I got the Star. I was waiting on it to come. The Work, the Age of Aquarius, a child, logistics, downloads. So here is the collective, and here you are, and here something given, and I feel like this is victory, okay? I do feel like that. Now with the Ace of look at that. I was gonna say with the Ace of Cups, I have something everyone is fighting for. Something, this is like two different realms. Like down here is chaos, right? And then here is divinity. And the Page of Cups is like you needing to give up something to get there. It's kind of like if I don't want the charger to go out, guys. If I stuck my hand in something and now my fist is balled, and then I have to pull my hand out of the thing to save my own fingers or whatnot. This is one of those situations like, are you willing to give up whatever it is you were trying to do, whatever you were risking it all for? Or do you sit there silly, like, do you let it go to get your hand out or not? So anyway, definitely love that. Definitely talks about abundance. And this with the five of wands with the 6 of wands just says that you have something that others don't. And I like that. With the 3 of wands, as we talked about the future, your path, your purpose. Oh man. This is definitely like the stuff that wasn't, you see how I knew the magician was going to come up on some bullshit. I just felt it. For some of you, it's like you had to go through these tests, trials and tribulations, and this may be what it felt like. Too much information, it not making sense. My shadow side blocking my other side. Why do I feel like this? Why is my life going like this? I don't know. But there's a change. And for others of you, I also say, those power lines, and I didn't realize how bad California water was until I moved here, because my son would break out, and he don't have any skin conditions, but it was like they have some hard, fucked up water. And then there are many places around the world that I've noticed through TV or traveling that these power lines are everywhere, and these towers that are being placed everywhere, and how that has an effect over organs and human tissue. So I don't care if it's your body parts or your brain. These are things that are being done. And so this is like a future for the, a message for the future, because look, this is like this future aspect here. So it's like you have to ground yourselves and protect yourselves from this clutter. Even though for some of you, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is a good thing, but look at this. Changing your path. All the stuff that I'm saying may sound like a lot, but it still always comes back to self-mastery. This person always comes back to you. And it's like I have to get through this confusion, and I have to break all of these cords and connections to get to you. But I feel like they do, because here we are again with this 3 of Pentacles, where it talks about this wholeness and this collective. All right. It also talks about the mountains. So I don't know if any of you have an interest in that. Montana derives from mountain, honey. So I ain't going to take credit for being y'all savior. I'm just joking. I don't want to offend nobody. I was kidding. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. Just deal with me. So now we're going to do the pick a card. That's beautiful. That is very beautiful. Rest and recovery. Some of you, it's like you've had these cords cut on a spiritual level, and that is going to improve your health. And it's like now is the time of rest and recovery, okay? Because you have had a lot of sudden changes, or if you are having headaches or nausea or stuff like that, honey, we're relieving some of this pressure, okay? Good. Headache, when I think about pressure. So a lot of you now may be feeling, pulling and stuff like that on the crown chakra. That's cool. It's gonna get better. All right, for the collective. Oh, look at the dolphin. Happiness. I think there's a happy ending, okay? Or some happy emotions or whatever. We didn't have many cups here, but I like it. So go ahead and pick your numbers 1, 2, or 3, okay? And we will wrap this up. I'll give you some time. Take a deep breath. I just like to breathe. So when you watch my videos, we're going to have some deep breathing sessions here, honey. For group 1, you got the octopus, okay? What I do like, because I'm going to give you both aspects of it, is this ability to multitask. What I dislike is mental confusion and being pulled in too many directions. Okay? Look at that. That's that magician. Group 2, good. You have had some issues in the past that I feel like you overcompensated with humor, laughter. So it could be like the comedians that say, laugh at my pain, drinking, addictions, whatever the case. And I wasn't going to say nothing until you picked your cards. But Source like flipped this card around in my hand. So if you go back to that part in the video, I thought that was super dope. And I was just wondering what it was going to be. But it's in reverse. And I like that for this card. So health improvements. I don't care if you were dealing with mental disorders, behavioral disorders. It could be ADD or just tension in the body. You know, past life situation, blocks. Definitely keep working on your meditation if that's what you've been doing. Oh, shit. This is one of my favorite cards, okay? Because I put a lot of love and light into this card. As you can see, it is not like the typical wild animal unknown tiger. It got Bond swag on it. Okay, I put some gold in it. So this is definitely hunt, okay? For better or worse, I don't know who you're dealing with. So this is like King of Wands energy for me. And if not King of Wands, it just talks about being on the hunt. The hunter. Now, in some of my decks, the hunter is not good because it's like this energy that, you know, is attracted to some beings, whether it's the celestial beings, honey, or your ass. I don't like that. What you hunting them for? You know, others of you, this could be a refreshing your vitality. You know, feeling, like I said, more sexually aroused, or just your chemistry and attraction. Okay, whatever you ask, it has something to do with prosperity, being targeted, sexuality, or vitality. That's what I got. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, thumbs up are appreciated. It keeps me on your timeline, helps with the algorithm. Until next time, guys.